Dros ei llwybrau a Hello, I'm Naomi Jones. I'm Head of Cultural Heritage at the Eryri National Park Authority, and welcome to the Eryri podcast. We're here today in Plas Tan y Bwlch on a beautiful day to hold a workshop with the Welsh Language Commissioner, the National Library of Wales and our area wardens from the National Park. We've been working on a collaborative project over the last couple of years to standardise the landscape names of the Eryri National Park, and we've been working with the Welsh Language Commissioner on that work, and they've been responsible for undertaking the historic research and the academic elements of the work. But it goes very much hand in hand with local knowledge, local expertise, knowledge and understanding of how place names are pronounced and how they're used locally. And all of that information has been contributed by our area wardens. So it's very much a partnership project with both elements being very, very important. So during the podcast, we'll be speaking with several people who are here today contributing to the workshop and who have been involved in the project over the last couple of years.
Hello, I'm Eryri James and I'm responsible for coordinating the Welsh Language Commissioner's work in the field of Welsh place names. The Commissioner has a unique and fascinating responsibility to advise on the standard form of Welsh place names. Over the years, we've concentrated our efforts on the names of settlements in Wales, so our villages and cities and towns. But we've been delighted in recent years to extend the scope of that remit and to work on our really important topographical names. We had a request from Eryri National Park to help them and support them to get their place names in order and to decide which names they should be using as a park. We were delighted to receive this invitation and to be able to apply the expertise that we've got in relation to place names to a new field. But we've been completely reliant on our partnership with the park in order to deliver this successfully. We're grateful to the park for commissioning research work, for us to make sure that all our recommendations have a strong academic and historic footing. But we've also been really reliant on the park for that local knowledge and expertise, which forms are used, what the local opinion is around these names. We've been completely dependent on the park for that really hyper-local knowledge. And we're very grateful to the Wardens for their time in advising us and for their time today in recording these place names so that we've got sound files to support our list and to give people guidance about how these names should be pronounced. I think the thing we're most delighted about is the real impact that this work has had. So the cooperation between ourselves and the park has meant that these names have been updated on Ordnance Survey mapping. The Ordnance Survey have committed to update their data and their maps on the basis of the decisions that we make in partnership with the National Park Authority. And that's been so important to update names which have been misspelt in sort of non-standard orthography on Ordnance Survey maps for many, many decades. And we're delighted that Welsh place names have been given their proper place.
My name's Rhys Gwyn. I work as an area warden for Eryri National Park. And I'm based in Dolgellau, covering an area in the south of the park, which includes in large part Cadair Idris and the surrounding valleys. And so it's been a wonderful area to work in. It's very varied and perhaps not as busy as the north of the park, but very, very interesting. We're here today in Plas Tan y Bwlch in Maen Twrog with staff from the Welsh Language Commissioner's Office in Cardiff and from the National Library in Aberystwyth. And it's a day really to learn a bit more about how to document Welsh names and put them on social media and Wikimedia. So that it's it then becomes a source of information for everybody to be able to use. And it's such an important aspect of our work as wardens for the park. I think we all feel that safeguarding these names for future generations is such an important and valuable thing to do. It's not without its challenges, I suppose, just in one part perhaps because of the number of the older generation who are disappearing, the people who actually remember the names. So it's in one way perhaps a little bit of a race against time to make sure that the names are documented. So in our work as wardens, we took a project on a few years back, just taking Cadair Idris and Cwm Cywarch in Dinas Mawddwy, and because there's such obvious features in the landscape, we thought it would be good to collect as many names as we could of local features on those areas, and that resulted in the production of a few big A1 maps, quite detailed, trying to pinpoint exactly where some of these features were. Of course, that's difficult, translating a three-dimensional landscape landmark like that onto a two-dimensional sheet of paper, but it's a fairly good approximation, I think, of what's there, and at least it documents the names, which are full of historical and folklore meaning very often, and we had great support from everybody, the landowners particularly, old shepherds, the farmers. It was a valuable exercise, I think. And for my part, the interest has been there for a very long time. I think it stemmed from getting hold of a copy of Sir Ifor Williams's book Enwau Lleoedd, place name explanation book, which is full of, it's a small little book, but it's absolutely full of valuable information. And living in this sort of area in the national park, these names are, they have such a ring to them. Like I say, they're full of meaning, and it's it would be tragic if they were lost. And so I felt perhaps that the main challenge, although collecting them for an archive purpose is very important, I felt that getting them out and being visible in the environment was quite important. So a few years back, I collected names of the local pools in the Mawddach River, and managed to get those built into a wall down in Llynpenmaen near Dolgella, and I enjoyed that process, and got a lot of interest from people walking by, and perhaps that might be something to try and aim for in future, to get the names back sort of visible in the environment.
So I'm Jason Evans, I'm the Open Data Manager and Wikimedian at the National Library of Wales. And the National Library of Wales has been supporting Wikimedia for over a decade now, and we work closely with the Welsh Language Commissioner, with Welsh Government, to try and ensure that the nation's history and knowledge and memory is available to the world through Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is where so many people go for their information, so it's really important that we make information available there. And with this particular project with place names, we're trying to record clips of people pronouncing place names, we're sharing data about place names and making it accessible to all through Wikipedia, because everything that you put on Wikipedia is available openly, and it means that anyone can share and reuse that data. So anyone can edit Wikipedia, And at the National Library of Wales, we've been running campaigns and workshops to show people how they can contribute to Wikipedia and its sister projects. So anyone can click, edit and contribute to a Wikipedia article or write a brand new Wikipedia article in English or Welsh. And then it has sister projects like Wikidata, where you can add data about a place or a person, and also Wikimedia Commons. And that's for sharing media, so photographs, sound clips, and that's really the focus of today, is getting people to share their photographs and sound clips. And once you share them there on an open license, they can be reused not just on Wikipedia, but by anyone, whether that's for apps or websites. So it's really important to have this freely available resource that people can use. And also with the rise of AI, it's still really important that people are contributing to Wikipedia, because AI uses all that free knowledge that's in Wikipedia and all the images and everything associated with it to learn languages, to learn about cultures and nations. So it's really important that as a nation we're still contributing that knowledge to the internet so that it doesn't get drowned out by larger languages and cultures. So contributing to Wikipedia is going to remain important even in the kind of AI age.